on my first hangout, and I am waiting for my co hosts to join me on this topic of our married women board. So, this is my first hangout, and I'm waiting for viewers, and I'm waiting for my co hosts and participants to be on the show. So, um, I'm ready. I'm nervous, but the conversation has to be had, and hopefully, we will have those conversations very shortly. Welcome again. If you're just joining us, this is a live version of Google Hangouts where we're having conversations with married women and not married women and everybody basically. And the topic is about whether married women are bored. So I'm waiting for the viewers. All right, here we go. And see, was you can't even. I was no, everything is back. You're back, and there's no back feedback. Done that twice. We'll try again. She can't hear me, and she can't hear you either, which is so weird. Anyway, but you're on live. She's gonna get back on. Talk to us. Tell us what your thoughts are on the subject.
Okay, why do married women get bored? That was the
Yeah,
topic.
or are they bored, or do they lack something before getting married, or
Oh,
what's
yay.
going
Oh,
on?
I think Kim is back.
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
I'm here too.
Hi, Olga.
Hi, Kim. Good to see you. It's exciting. I'm seeing
That's
everyone.
better.
Technology is killing me. I was about to pull my weed out.
Yeah, and Kim was saying something quite interesting. We were listening.
Oh.
Yes, please lead us into the thing, and then God's gonna continue. You were saying that read a book, volunteer, do something, but don't cheat on your spouse.
Exactly. I mean, because I've always said, I've written on stuff like that. How you think when you, if you think you're smart, you act smart. If you think you're stupid, then you're stupid. So what you think is what you are, and what you think is how you behave, right? So when you feel that you're bored, like my kids, when they go to their dads, I don't say that I'm bored. I mean, Houston, they have parties all the time. So I never say that I'm bored. I find things to do. And one of the things that I could do is to go to sleep, take a nap.
You are my
That's
sister.
right. I'll go take a nap, or I decide to find some, what's the word to use? I mean, there are some Nigerian films that I just, after you watch them, you're upset. Why did you watch this? So my point is, you will always find something to do, so far as you're not hurting anyone. You know, so I'm really tired of listening to some women give excuses, the reasons that they cheat. Oh, I can't hear you. Ah!
I can hear you.
Oh.
We're not talking. We're nodding.
I love it. We can hear you. Yeah.
We're trying not to do too much.
I'm sorry. Okay. But anyway, I mean, I don't make excuses for anything. I don't appreciate it, or I don't understand it when women, to be precise, when it comes to cheating, I think women are more crafty
Yes.
than men. Women, I'm a woman, so I know. You know, women are more crafty than men. Men think they are smarter when it comes to playing the field, but women are actually smarter when it comes to that.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, but again, being bored, not being bored, it's all personal choices. So whatever you want to, if you want to cheat, you cheat because you want to cheat.
Exactly.
I wrote an article. It's not published yet. It's a 2-page article. I haven't published it yet, but I called it, what did I call it? Tango with me, but it's playing the field. If you want to be in a relationship, people get into relationships for different reasons. Maybe because she's pretty, or because she's from a wealthy family, or because he's a hunk, or because he's wealthy, or because he's sexy, or because I've been with him and he's very good in bed, or because I can control him,
Yes.
or just because of just personal reasons, personal choices. So people still do all that just for them to hold on to something. But when you make excuses to act stupid, don't blame anyone. There's nothing like being bored. You can be bored, find something to do. And again, like I said, go take a nap. Or just,
Always refreshing.
do something.
I love my
Do
nap.
something. No, really, do something productive. I mean, even me, like, if I'm going through something right now, I mean, I remember at one time I wasn't feeling very well, and my kids were not here. I was actually feeling really down. I was sick, and I was here by myself. I was actually crying. A friend of mine called me. I cleared my voice because she needed my help. I could have sat down and be like, oh my God, my world is like this. This is happening. Why is this happening? And you're whining. But because someone else needed my help, every day I pray for one thing, not for God to bless me, because I'm blessed every morning with the gift of life, health, and family and all that. But I always ask God for one thing. This is the truth. Even when I pray with my kids every night, I always ask God to make me to be a blessing to someone else every
Amen.
single day. Every single day. So I could have just ignored that phone call, ignored that quote unquote friend. People get confused what friendship means.
Yes.
And I helped her. I could have just ignored her, So being bored, there was a girl on Facebook. Till today, I don't know who she is. I think I posted something on one of my kids. She responded and said that I'm trying to brag about my blessings.
Oh, wow.
And she started actually, she was attacking me on Facebook. And I said, something is not right with this person. I don't know who she is. A few people that have my phone number, they called me and said, who is this person? I said, I don't know. They said, why don't you just delete her, block her? I said, no, there's something about this woman. She inboxed me. She insulted, I don't know.
And you took it.
Wait, I knew there was something there. Then I said, have we met? She said, no. Who do you think you are? Because you're so pretty. I know men run after you. They follow.
Name it.
She said, oh, you're married. Meanwhile, she doesn't know Kemi is divorced. You're married. You've been on TV. You write books. You make movies. Your life is perfect.
Wow.
That was exactly my reaction. I said, wow. Oh, you're very rich. I said, I claim it. Yes, I'm rich. I'm a millionaire.
Yes, sir.
I claim that. So, but this is what I found out. Apparently, let me use the word boredom. She must have been bored. She must have not had faith in herself. She must have not believed in herself. Because now she told me she was abused sexually. I said, how old are you? Maybe in her early 40s. And I said, this didn't happen when? You were 10, 12, 13. I said, see, that's your choice to dwell on that. This didn't happen 30 years ago. Are you kidding?
Wow.
Whomever that did this to you already moved on with his life.
Wait.
And you're here dwelling on that. And you're telling me, oh, men don't hit on me. This is actually what she said. It was kind of funny, but sad. She said, not even a mechanic.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Yes. So basically, she has put herself so low. She has placed no value on herself to the extent, even a mechanic, even somebody who is, I don't want to use the word useless because nobody is useless. Somebody who is not ambitious will not even come and say, hey, I like you. So I said to her, go back on your Facebook post. I said, if I was a man and my brothers are single, I will advise them and advise me not to date you. I said, you know why? Because your mindset is toxic. Her post on Facebook are so negative. I said, if I was a man, why should I come to you and date you?
Yes.
See, my point is, so because she's already feeling like I'm bored, I have nothing important to do, I can guarantee you that she was being loose. So any man that will come to her, she will have sex with them.
Oh, wow.
Because she's seeking for that attention and care from another man if she had a good relationship with herself. That was exactly what I first you remember what I was saying on KK? I think
So,
Uncle was out. Yes. Yeah, you have to have a good personal oh, trust me, I take myself out on a date. Yes, I take myself out on a date. I cook something really nice for me. You would think I have a date coming over. No. Just for Ken.
That's
I
right.
take a shower, wear my lingerie.
I
wow.
see.
Well, I didn't know there was going to be a video. I mean, honestly, I thought I was going to call in. So when I noticed that I was on, I was like, uh-oh.
Girl, you look good. Natural beauty.
Thank you. But that's my point, to have a relationship with yourself. When you have that relationship with yourself,
Yes.
it doesn't matter what another person thinks. So
Yes.
boredom is no excuse to act not right. That's all. Oh, girl, please go ahead.
Please go ahead. Give us your take on the on the
Very, very interesting topic, I must say. Married women board. I think yes and I think no. And I'm going to give you the reasons why I think yes and no. I think society as a whole, and we're all guilty of it, and that's why I think like my generation, our generation should be the people that should literally get this genie out of the bottle and break down the rubrics of marriage. Marriage isn't a bed of roses. So
Yes.
if you've not discovered your destiny, your God-given purpose in life, even when you're married, even when you're single, you'll still be bored. So I think the concept of boredom or loneliness does not necessarily translate to a marital relationship. If you're bored as a single girl or a single guy, you will still be bored as a married guy. So the problem is that society has this skewed definition of marriage, happily ever after. You and I, if we're being honest with ourselves, would agree that marriage, at least I'll speak from my own perspective, is perhaps one of the most daunting and challenging thing I've ever done in my life. I see people getting married, and I was having this conversation with my mom too, and I said, when I see people getting married, I feel like, can I just talk to that girl for 1 minute and say,
I know, I'm like that, yes.
You so sweetheart, how are you, because it's not a bed of roses. You're going to get bored, you're going to get lonely. If you've not discovered your God-given purpose as a single person, you're going into marriage totally ignorant. And you're going to be miserable, and you're going to be depressed, and you're going to be lonely, and you're probably likely going to cheat. So I think
you're finding yourself.
Yes, finding yourself. I think this is what we should be teaching our young girls. I think we should all be telling truth, speaking truth to our young girls especially. Men are always fine. Young men would always, they're fine. But the girls especially, because there's so much burden on us from society.
Emotional.
Exactly, it's us. We're the people trying to juggle all the balls. And guess what? If the marriage fails, everyone is pointing at us. Not even the guys. So we have to start teaching this thing that every one of us here is doing, teaching our young girls especially to find themselves. If you don't find yourself, it's going to be difficult to find someone else. You're going to be lonely, you're going to be depressed. So I think the bigger challenge is to have everyone find that individual. I call it the awakening experience. The awakening experience, finding your path in life. What am I here for? Because if you find what you're here for, you would never be lonely. In fact, 24 hours isn't going to be enough if you find what you're here for. You will discover at the end of 24 hours, you're still begging God for, can I have extra 1 hour? Because there's so much to do.
That's right.
How I feel every day, like, oh my God, I need more time.
Exactly.
But I think we get bored when we have not discovered a God-given purpose.
That's right.
Yes. We have to find ourselves. So so if you have not found yourself, yes, you would get bored. Yes, you probably might get lonely. You probably might suffer depression. You probably might cheat. Because it's a desperate situation when you have not found yourself and you're trying to make another person embrace you. No, they're running too from you because they know that you are depleted. And how can you pour into someone when you're depleted? And men can run away when you're depleted. Trust me.
That's right.
They wouldn't
Yeah,
say
like
what.
where's the ball?
Yes. So yes,
I'm
yes
out.
and no. Yes, are married people bored? Yes. When you're still on the path trying to find your destiny, find yourself, find your purpose in life, which is the biggest challenge in life. A lot of people, like I always say, 90% of the human race would go through life not quite discovering what their calling is.
That's
And
right.
yes, you know, I go through the graveyards and I go like, oh my God, who knows how many people that went to this grave, taking their dreams, their aspirations, their missions, their goals. Like there's so much that they took away from the world without, So if you don't find that, yes, you're gonna be bored. But if you have found that, your husband, trust me, they're fine. You don't need them to be happy or to be, you know what I mean, or to feel sexy. That's what I think.
Yeah, I have something to add to that. Now, okay, sometimes people make mistakes, or I won't call it a mistake, but you get married young and you don't really know yourself fully. But if you have somebody who is a little bit mature, you guys can actually work together to grow together, right? Rather than, you know, um, start, hey, let me do something on the side, and maybe my husband will come
Mm-hmm.
around. I think people should have the conversations. It's hard. Okay, let's reel back. Many of our people don't do therapy, so you have to.
So we have a lot of junk, carrying a lot of garbage, baggage, everything.
That's not gonna
So
happen. No.
so at least we can start little by little with some kind of therapy at home, right? With ourselves, then with the guy, just talking about what it is that you're feeling. I mean, and you may not find it in the other person anyway, because there's a void within yourself that you have to fill yourself with the grace of God. But
That's right.
to make a commitment and say you're with someone, and say the guy is a good guy. Let's say he's not a guy that does, he's out there doing
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy, but he works hard, he's straight laced, but you find him boring. What attracted you to him in the first place?
Exactly.
You know, and what
Exactly.
are you having? I think people don't communicate, you know, enough. And women are, at least my parents' generation, they don't really talk to the
Mm-mm.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
They text and Facebook messaging and WhatsApp. That's what they do. WhatsApp, they WhatsApp
so
you, they Skype you, they Google Hangout you, they Facebook you,
Yeah.
whichever one, Instagram you,
Mhm.
Twitter you, and they don't have conversations.
no
Really.
conversation.
I mean, when you remember the book that we co-authored, KK,
Yes, yes, yes,
I chose on the mindset.
yes. The toxicity of
A
the mindset.
positive, yes, a positive mindset is a terrible thing to waste.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Because when you how do I say it? When you okay, let me give you an instance. This is a true life story. And when this happened to me, and I remember when I read on the news about the pastor, I think he was in Nigeria, that got
Yes.
how many girls pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh my
Remember
goodness.
that?
I may have missed that one.
Okay, he
I
got
saw
like
it.
I think oh God, you read that
Yeah,
you
I
read
read
that, right?
that. Mhm.
About 20 something or 30 something young girls, including some of the mothers, he got pregnant. But guess
Yeah.
what? They were not raped. They were not raped.
They willingly
They
went.
all agreed. Okay, yes. Whatever he told them that the Holy Spirit, for him to have done what he did. So it takes two to tango. They all got pregnant. Young
Hmm.
girls. One of the people, actually, a mother and a daughter, both pregnant for this man of God, quote and unquote. So now, a couple of weeks ago, I was supposed to attend a retreat. A friend of mine, oh, okay, can come out? I said, okay, sure, that'll be nice. So she gave the pastor my number.
Hmm.
He called me and gave me some Bible verses to read. I was excited because I kept saying I need to go back into reading the Bible. I don't know how to quote anything. I can tell you Psalm 23, Psalm 91, Psalm 121, but that's it. But if you say, oh, who said this? I don't know. I have no idea. So when he gave me some verses to read, I was very excited. I talked to him a few times. I prayed with him over the phone. So I just, I'm very I have a very good relationship with God, even with all my imperfections and iniquities, whatever you call them. But now, after I talked to this man, maybe 2, 3 times, now this is about the mindset. Do you know what he said to me? He said, apparently he saw my pictures on WhatsApp.
Yes.
And then I talked to him. I have no idea how I sound. I know Ogo has very, if I can use the word sexy here, sexy voice. KK, you have a sexy voice, you know. I have no idea how I sound, but I get compliments. Okay, you sound like this, you sound like that. I said, okay, thank you. I'm not trying to form. This is how I sound. This is how God made it. I'm not trying to sound American or try to sound like anyone. I sound like Nkem Denchukwu. Okay?
So sound like who you are.
If I can actually use this word, this fool said to me, I think I'm beginning to fall in love with you.
Right? No. This is the pastor guy?
Wait, no, wait.
Oh my God.
No, hold on. No, hold on. He's married.
Oh, wow.
He's married. I said, huh? He said, yeah. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I don't know how I can fall in love with somebody I haven't met. And now this is what pissed me off. No, wait. This is what pissed me off. This is actually what pissed me off. He said that the Holy Spirit told him. I said, huh? I said, which Holy Spirit? You see my point? So all those girls in Nigeria that they got pregnant, are you kidding me? The Holy Spirit told the pastor to have sex with young girls so that these children will be the children of God. Are you kidding?
Wow. Most of them were brainwashed girls. They don't have a clear mind like you, sweetheart.
That's what I'm saying, the mindset.
Yeah, it's mindset. They've been brainwashed by this pastor over the years. You have a clear and crystal mind. That's why they
And they tell them to go and eat grass. They'll go and eat grass.
Want to eat grass. I saw that one too. Yeah.
But guess what? When this pastor told me that the Holy Spirit told him, I got very offended. You don't bring God. I take God along with me in everything I do. And for him to have had the audacity to tell me that I should listen to the Holy Spirit. Jesus. I said, Pastor. I said, Pastor. I said, let me ask you a question. You're married, right? He said, yes. And I said, and you're in love with me because the Holy Spirit told you, right? He said, yes. Wow. I should allow the Holy Spirit I should keep my body this way. It's the temple of God until he sees me.
Hey! This is...
Trust me, I did not laugh. I did not want to insult him. I said, with all due respect, Pastor, with all due respect, I will appreciate it if you do not speak to me that way again. He said, why are you being like this? I said, no. He said, even if you have a boyfriend, your boyfriend is not for you. It's not for you. The Holy Spirit told me about you, that it's you and I.
Imagine what they do to vulnerable, naive people, because you know better. So imagine this young, vulnerable, naive, poor, desperate young people in Africa, Nigeria sometimes. I mean, they're looking for husbands, and the pastor loves you, and the Holy Spirit directs him. Hey!
Ogo, it still results to the way you think. I have been vulnerable. I am still naive to an extent. I didn't have my first boyfriend until 24 and a half.
Ha! Good girl, Nkem.
I'm a good girl.
Good girl, Nkem.
But anyway, that's the truth, you know. But my point is, even when I was vulnerable, I knew better. Men will hit on you because majority of the time, men hit on you for one reason only. And we all know what that reason is. So don't think that you're the most gorgeous woman in the world, that you're the sexiest, that you have the sexiest legs, or that you did butt injection or something and your boobs or whatever.
Once again, you're just a hole, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all People do what they want to do because they want to do it.
Yeah.
Majority of the men that hit on me, it's sad and it's a shame, are married men.
Wow.
I turned them down, really. If I was vindictive, all the text messages they were sending to me, I would have made sure I sent every single one of them to their wives.
Hmm.
One of them I said to him,
no need for that, and Kim, you know better.
it's sad. That's what I'm saying. One of them I said to him, the time you're wasting sending me these stupid text messages, why don't you invest that time into your wife? I said, when was the last time you took your wife out on a date?
Very good.
You know what he said? I don't know if everybody on this thing, they understand Igbo, but he said, like, leave that one alone. And she doesn't know what's up. But you now, you don't look like you've had 4 kids. You're sexy, you're smart. So what?
So basically, he's trying to recruit you to be a side chick.
Oh, no, that's what he told me.
Oh, wow.
That's what he told me. He said, if you agree to be my girlfriend, I will do this and do that. And I said, you must be God then, right?
Can you imagine?
No, really. I said, I don't insult people, really. My mom will always say, Oku na chotoku. Okay? So when you give me something to use and throw back, I have 2 choices. I don't take it, or I take it, I will mix it up, I will throw it back, and you're not going to like it. But most times, I take the first one. I don't take it. So these men and these women, they know exactly what they're doing. So a lot of people, they feel, because I'm married, I'm better than you are. You see what I'm saying? And some single people will say, oh, you think because you're married, well, I'm happier than you are because you're miserable. It's all about choices. How do you want to live your life? How do you want to live the rest of your life? I think I put something like that on Facebook a couple of weeks, maybe last week. If you knew that you were going to die, say in 7 days or in 24 hours, how do you plan to live the rest of your life? So why do we have to know that something bad is about to happen for us to change?
Exactly.
You choose to be a better person, because it's like a woman saying, oh, I need to lose some weight because my husband doesn't like it, or because my boyfriend said I'm too fat. So when your boyfriend or your husband is not in the picture, what happens? You become room and parlor. You see my point? So it has to be you. You have to have a personal relationship with yourself.
And self-worth, basically.
I even believe when you have a personal relationship with yourself, it will help you to have a better relationship with God. That's what I believe. You have to have that, because when you have that relationship with yourself, then you will begin to maybe have time to look around you and say, oh my goodness, I am so blessed. I went to the bank 2 weeks ago. This guy from, I don't know, Middle East, and somebody had bought books from me. So I wanted to open an account, business account. I think it was like 2 something. So I gave him the check for a business account. So he looked at the check. So I started cracking jokes. I was like, yeah, I know it's not that much, but I'm so rich. He said, really? I said, yeah, I'm very rich. He said, so he looked at the check. He said, he looked at the check and he said, I laughed. I said, what's funny? He said, you're rich, huh? I said, yeah, I'm very rich. He said, how? I said, well, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I know I'm rich. You know how? He said, how? I said, I wake up every morning. I am blessed with the gift of life. I have my kids. I have my mom. I have my siblings. And I have a handful of good friends. I said, that's how rich I am.
Okay.
The only thing I'm not right now is that I'm not a millionaire, and I'm going to be one. So I said, by the way, I said, my comments were published on Oprah. Excuse me, Oprah magazine. So people think that I paid Oprah to be published. Are you kidding? $68,000 for the cheapest ad? Really? I said, no, I did not pay. I mean, of course, why would I pay for an ad? I was just blessed that my comments were featured in Oprah magazine. So my point is, because I already chose. Why would anyone brainwash me?
Yes.
If I allow men to brainwash me,
Yes.
I will live in a house, maybe, I don't know, 1 point something million dollars.
Come on now. So, quick question. We've got some other people that are trying to get on, but
Oh, sure, okay.
what do you recommend they do? Because we've tried all kinds of things to get in, and they're watching, but they want to come in and throw in their 2 cents. Do you guys remember what you did to get on? Because
I downloaded the app.
okay, the app on your phone,
I downloaded the Google app.
the Google app. Okay, and
Yeah.
Coco, what did you do?
I
You
was
can go ahead.
I already had the Google Circle thingy, and I just clicked join in, and
So I
then
think,
it's
okay, let
already
me
so
see if I
join
can,
in
Okay.
was what
while we're having the conversation, let me tell them to see if they can download it so that they can join. You guys keep talking while I communicate. I'm doing it.
So I guess, why are they bored? And Kim, why do you think they are bored? Or do you not think that they are bored, or that you think they shouldn't be
Okay.
bored?
Either or. Like I said, it's a personal choice. I will give you an instance. A few people that I know in Houston, they're not my friends. Like when I go to events in Houston, right?
Hmm.
I don't go that much. But you see that people put in more time into uh say wake-keepings, a baby shower, bridal shower. What other thing do they do? Um, I don't know, all these conventions they do.
Hmm.
So they go, number one, they were invited. Number two, I have nothing to do. What the heck? Let me go. I don't even know who is hosting, but I'll go. It's a Nigerian event. Number three, for whatever other reason. But my point is, it's saying you don't have to be out there because you were invited to an event. You can decide to go to a park. You find your hobbies. What do you like? What
Yes.
do you like to do? Like me, I like to sit by the lake in this neighborhood and wait for the sun to rise in the morning. I wait for the sun to rise. I sit there and I watch the sun rise. And I have this connection and this relationship with God. Excuse me. And that's actually what I took from my perception of the sun and hope and God and life itself. And I put it into my third children's book called Odera.
Yes.
And what I did in that book was to expose the ignorance of Africans, Africans generally, when it comes to mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
see a child who is not speaking because the child is speech impaired, or the child is exhibiting like maybe autism or some other mental illness. Of course, it's an abomination. Oh my goodness. People must not see this. People must not hear this. So my point is, I took time and I was thinking, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Because I love to write. I have like 4 articles that I wrote, I haven't published them. So I could have said, I am bored. And I'll be like, oh, okay, one of these fools that has been hitting on me. What the heck? What I'm not doing anything. Let me call him.
let me call him up for a
Let me
coffee.
call him up and, we can go hang out and
Ow!
see where it goes, You see my point? It's a choice. So
Yes.
if I am bored, I will use me as an example. If I am bored right now, what would Nkem then could do?
Yes.
I love to cook. I'll go into my kitchen, I'll start cooking.
Yes.
Or I just joined, what do you call that thing? Netflix. I'll
Yes.
find some good movie.
And what?
Or I'll sit down and watch my Criminal Minds.
Exactly.
Or I get on Facebook, maybe go to some pages or read some articles. Do something productive.
I
Even
think
if you,
too, Kim.
yeah, for some people that gossip, that's actually what they do when they are bored. No, when they are bored, what do they do?
Oh my God.
No, but it's true. It's true. When they are bored, they will start trying to. That's how they get into trouble,
Yes.
because they
So
are bored.
here's what I think, though, Kim.
Uh-huh.
Not a lot of people are as evolved as you are in this, because it takes a lot of
Just
self
about to
growth.
say that. Yeah, she's on a very
Well,
high level.
you are very advanced, sweetheart. There are a lot of people who are still crawling, and there are a lot of people who are still learning to sit down. in our
They know right from wrong, though, Ago. They do know right from wrong.
I'm gonna touch that in a minute.
All right.
Life is a series of journey, collective, little by little footsteps until you reach probably the level of self actualization. Everyone is on their own individual path. There are people that are on the expressway right now. There are the people that are on the country roads right now. They are dealing with the best they know how based on the resources and the information that is at their disposal. So I always want to give everyone else a break because not everyone is as advanced, not everyone is as exposed, and all of that. So take, for instance, marriage under our culture. Culturally, it's almost like you have a joint marital purpose when you're married under our culture. So you're looking to fulfill this joint vision of this marriage with this man that you love. What do we want? Guys, big mistake. Even though 1 + 1 is 1, you still have to go on your own different tangent and find your path. Because when you find your path and then go back to meeting your 1 + 1, then you guys make a superb team. But a lot of folks are looking to, let me go do tennis with Boo Boo. Boo Boo likes to watch basketball. I am no fan of basketball. So he's watching basketball, and I'm probably writing. So we each have our different passion, but our culture makes it in such a way that if you don't go drinking with your spouse, then you're not doing it right. So that is why the little chance or the little opportunity I get, I try to teach people it's okay, sweetheart, to go have fun on your own. We lost him, Kim.
No, I'm not right here. I'm trying to go to my room. It's dark. Sorry.
Okay.
So different location.
I'm not in my room now. Sorry.
Okay, good. So that's why I think that everyone, and I'll keep repeating this point, because we're each on our different stages of this journey, this incredibly amazing journey. So this joint marital purpose or joint marital vision has to take the back seat unless and until you have discovered what is that thing I love to do. Because if you discover what it is that you love to do and then complement it with what it is that your spouse loves to do, then you guys would never be bored. It's not, and culturally, it's like, okay, if you don't go out for a drink with your spouse, you're not allowed to. Another question, people think it's wrong to have friends of the opposite sex when they are married. I actually had this conversation with my mom this night. See, that's the problem.
Mindset.
Mindset. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing, as far as I'm concerned. Some people would have,
something that you and your spouse discuss and feel comfortable with, because,
a lot of people think it's wrong. Oh, my mom actually said it's actually, you have to, it's like yam and goat. That's my mom's exact words, like yam and goat. And I'm thinking, well, I must be the most naive creature out there because yam and goat is the last thing on my mind when I'm having a drink with a colleague or, I mean, seriously. Nobody ever finds me attractive. I don't know why. No one ever hits on me. I am that girl that no one ever hits on. But seriously, yeah, I think that it's all about distinguishing or that individual mission versus the collective marital mission. Because a lot of people are going into the marriage with a collective marital vision. No, sweetheart, collective marital vision is good, provided you have your own individual vision that you're holding on to. Yes, because it's your individual vision that would prevent you from loneliness, depression, headache, whatever. Cheating, I think.
Wow.
Absolutely.
This is serious, and I really wish I could get even the questions from the other people at live chat, but for some reason, the yeah thing is just not cooperating. But at least we got a lot of people that are watching, and the view keeps going on and off. But I know that a lot of different. I've gotten so many, maybe 15 separate messages, just saying they're seeing, they really want to come on, they want to talk.
Perhaps can you read the questions? Can they text you?
And I'm like, if they can tell me, what their questions are. I mean, I know they'd like to come on the video, and I know if I stop it, we probably will lose all the footage, broadcast, and then I'd have to create another one, so it'd be a little crazy. But I know there are a lot of people on here. It almost feels like this is a conversation that we should have some more.
No, really, really.
Like, and
There
what
was some.
people do is try and maybe test it out with all the people that came on, and one-on-one, just to see how. Because I did test it out with a few people that are watching, who some of them didn't want to be on live, but for their own reasons. But I did test it out. So you have the option to watch, and you have the option to to participate. And I think it's more exciting when there's participation, because we get to talk. Look, I mean, you don't have to say something about you. You can say something about someone else. It could be you. Who cares? You know what I mean? So the most important thing is we have an opportunity where we get together and we're learning. We're learning something. We're talking about things. We're opening conversations, especially like August said, our culture. It really makes women, almost feel like you're in prison. And we shouldn't be that way. We're contributing members of the marriage. We're no longer the
equal partnership.
And so I think some women might be resentful of that, and maybe that's one of the reasons why some women step out on their relationship. It doesn't make it right.
We see the early signs. We see the early signs when we are dating.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
When we are dating, it's like a man who is abusive or a woman who is abusive, because there are some women that are like, excuse my French here, animals. They behave like animals. Okay? So when you see the early signs, so our culture to an extent is very abusive. I was born and raised in Nigeria. I came to the US 21 years ago, so I have lived half my life in the US. I have learned so much living in this country, but at the same time, I have not and will not forget how my mother raised me.
Yes.
So it's again all about choices. There was something God touched on that, but Oprah Winfrey said, if you come to fame not understanding who you are, it will define who you are.
Yes.
So the same thing applies to when you do not understand who you are. Who is Nkem Danchukwu?
Yes.
Nkem likes to cook. Nkem, can I use the word SHIT here?
Yes, go ahead. It's not national.
All right. Well, but the thing is, Nkem Danchukwu doesn't take shit, and I don't give shit.
Yeah.
Okay? I already know that's how I am. Nkemi is very compassionate. Nkemi is I already know that part of me, and I already know my weakness. I'm hot-tempered to an extent, but something triggers it. So what am I doing? I make sure I don't allow anyone to trigger that part of me.
Yes.
Because I already know and I already understand or understood the kind of person Nkem is. So if I decide to get married again tomorrow, and I know this person has the sign of an abuser, what do? I consider Nkem Danchukwu. I consider my future. I consider my joy and my happiness. And what do? I back off.
Yes.
But if I decided to go forward with it because, oh my goodness, people are going to think, she's a Nigerian girl, she's an Igbo woman. Oh my goodness, with 4 kids, she's going to be by herself for the rest of her life. Oh my God, what are people going to say? Who cares what people think? You see my point? So you have to know who you are. You have to know, like August said, you have to set goals.
Yes, and that is the ultimate question of life. This is the ultimate mission in life, is discovering who you are. Yes. Do you know a lot of people live through life and never quite decipher who they are? So
if you don't know who you are, you don't know who you are. So, okay, it's like, especially Africans, when we come to the US, we tend to become Americans more than Americans. We tend to, but it's true. We tend to sound American more than American. Somebody who just came from Nigeria or from Ghana last week, and you're talking to them the upper week, and they go, huh? Water? Are you kidding me? Be yourself. Sound yourself. When people try to mispronounce my name, I said, no. It's not Nikem. It's not Kimberly. it's Nkem Dilim or Nkem, I tend to correct that. So, but when we choose to be, when we wear, I mean, we all wear personas.
Yeah.
The persona that I wear, maybe I cried 3 hours ago for some reason, and I'm supposed to have lunch with Ogo or KK. And of course, I'm going to wash my face, right? I'm going to put on makeup so that you will not know that I cried. That's a persona I'm wearing. I'm putting on this makeup so that you don't know that I was just crying 3 hours ago. So, but when people choose to be who they are not, and they choose to be someone else, the one thing they forget is that that person they want to be like is already taken.
Wow.
They forget that. You have to know who you are. You have to, just like Ogo said, you have to know your goals. Like I keep saying, one day I'm going to sit side by side with Oprah Winfrey and she will interview me and she will ask me, Camden, she will tell me your story.
Yes.
Not because I want to be famous, because I'm already famous in my house. My kids think I'm the best, so I'm very famous. You see my point? So to sit there one-on-one and tell my story, that way all the women, all the people, all the young girls will learn from my experience.
I guess I'll just continue to listen.
Okay, you're gonna do live. Oh, hold on, somebody was trying to reach me on the just
Okay.
she can get me direct, but she can't get on. I don't know why. And you have the app.
I have the app, but it's just getting to you directly. Did you create a group?
I created a link on Google. Okay, let me send you. Let me see if I can send it to you and see if you can get it.
Are they on your circle? If they're not on your Google circle, that might be a
Yeah,
problem.
they are.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I went through each one and I added them to the circle thingy. Keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Man, they're watching it, but it's just weird. I don't know. It's annoying.
Well, I'm sure next time will be better. This
I
is the
hope
first
so.
time, so next time will be better. You know.
Yes, so.
But anyway, know yourselves. Don't try to be someone else. You know, I can like maybe KK's curly hair or August's hair, and I can say, where did you buy the wig? Or if it's your hair, you know,
Yeah.
who did it? How was it done? I'm not going to start wishing, oh, I wish I looked like Ogo. I wish like KK. You're telling God he made a mistake with you. So
Yeah.
it still boils down to what kind of a person are you? And one of my biggest problems, actually, my concern, is when married women remain in abusive marriages.
Yes.
They stay in abusive marriage. Oh, I cannot stand it. They stay in abusive marriages for so many reasons that you just want to slap them and wake them up.
Get out.
It makes no sense. Really, do you know how many Nigerian women that have died in their marriages? A friend of mine was shot to death in Houston last year by her husband. She was asleep.
Oh my God.
See my point? We see the early signs and we decide and choose to be in that marriage.
Yes.
For what? So that I can be Mrs. this, Mrs. that, because I am worried about what people will think. No, that means I am not considering me. That means I don't value me as a person. I don't value me as a human being. You see my point? So you have to really put, the only price tag I put on myself is priceless.
Yes.
I don't go on sale.
You don't have a special?
Oh, no.
You have a coupon?
If you don't value yourself,
half off.
But I mean, if you don't value yourself as a person, tell me why I should value you.
Yeah.
I can value you if you don't have value, if you don't put value on yourself. And that's one thing with all these young girls. All these young girls, they date. There was a girl, I don't know her. I really wanted to meet her.
Yes.
A cousin of mine was, well, not really my cousin. She was telling me about her girlfriend a couple of years ago. That she's in this relationship and this guy beat the crap out of this girl.
Wow.
How old? I think 21 at the time. I said, are they married? She said no. I said, so why is she with him? I mean, she will have bruises all over her. He will beat her up and next minute they're having sex.
Wow.
So see the point?
Yes.
It's a choice she's making, even if she's scared of this guy. Uh-oh. KK, where? Okay. What
I'm
is the
here.
green thing showing?
I'm here. I'm here.
I'm seeing
I
green.
was
Oh,
trying
okay.
if I could add more people to the circle.
Okay, Ogo, you see me, right? I can see you.
I see you, yeah. You know what I thought about
Yeah.
what you just said? You know, I am not a
Uh-huh.
medical professional and I cannot speak to a topic that I don't know, but I deal with victims of violence when I do my VAWA-based petition. VAWA is Victim Against Violence Against
Yeah.
Women Act, you know, women who are abused that
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get green cards for. The
Mm-hmm.
mindset of an abused woman is quite different from the mindsets of me and you and you and you and totally different.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is why they keep going back. And I've seen it in the psychological reports that the doctors send back that I have to send to immigrations. They have totally, and that's why when I hear about these people eating grass and being impregnated by pastors, I kind of get it. They are not operating from the frequency of reason. They are,
Mm-hmm.
most of them are damaged people, you know.
So
So
you need a lot of help for
yeah.
psychologically and emotionally.
Yes, and we don't do counseling in our culture. We
Oh,
do
I
not do,
know.
you know, there are a lot of ways we can help each other if we do things that can help us. But, you know, the poor 21 years old girl that gets, you know, beating up by the boyfriend and still goes back is an abused woman. Her mental state is warped. She's not on the same frequency as you and I.
Wow.
And because she's
Wow.
not communicating with her parents, apparently, if she has that relationship with her mother, or with her cousin,
Hmm.
or with her aunt, or with someone she
That could
trusts.
help her.
That could make it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
even with our culture, you will see a woman that her husband beat the crap out of her, and she runs home, tells her parents
And it's
or
like,
her father or her mother, oh, my husband beat me up, he's cheating, this, all that, he gets drunk and he beats me. And you're watching the parents say,
Go back.
go
he's
back.
your husband now. He's your husband
Hey,
now. Hey, what did you do now that made him to beat you? Are you serious?
Not
I
I
love it. But it's true. But it's true, really.
know,
But oh God,
I
let me
know,
let me go back to this.
I
I
know.
will not say that I am a victim, but I will say I am a victor. I am a victor does not mean that I have not experienced violence. I
Mm-hmm.
have experienced violence,
wow.
and I can tell you one thing. When it was happening, I knew that it was wrong. I knew that I shouldn't be there. And I thought one thing, where am I going to go? I
Hmm.
did not think for a second and say, what are people going to think? Because if I'm 6 feet under, those people will come to my wakekeeping and come to my burial
And cry.
and even say some bad things about me. Even the people that I have been there for will say bad things about me. But meanwhile, Nkemi is not there anymore to defend Nkem.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I understand about being a victim.
Mm.
But again, it's all about your mindset. And there's one thing that I learned. Again, it goes back to your relationship with yourself. When you have a good relationship with yourself, you have a better relationship with God. I always say, make me remember you. Make me remember you, God. So you can call me right now and talk crap about me on the phone, and we're talking. Somebody said, when I launched my first book, 2012, a girl that I used to be friends with, I have known her for at least 30 years. Her attitude towards me changed overnight. I don't know, till today, I don't know what it was or what it is. She changed. Did it bother me?
Hmm.
For 1 second. For a second. Because I was wondering, this is a person that will come to my house,
Mm-hmm.
go to my fridge without permission, because
Yes.
I cook a lot. And she would take whatever she wants to eat. And I wouldn't complain. And she would go to a store and she would see a very sexy dress. Oh my goodness, this would be in Kem's, this would be perfect on Kem. I'm telling you how close we were.
Yes.
And she
Wow.
would buy the dress without even telling me. She would just put it in the mail. But suddenly, her attitude changed. And I wondered, what could have happened?
Hmm.
And I searched my soul and I said, I haven't done anything wrong. And I let her be.
Yes.
And I know she's going through hell in her marriage. When my relationship ended, she was having problem in her marriage. She called me and said, Nkem, you're a strong woman. No. I said, do I have a choice? Either you're strong or you're weak. And I chose to be strong. I said, not just because I have kids to take care of, because I have me to take care of. I said, I am more important than my children. And I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Ogo, you are more important than your kids. KK, you are more important than your kids. And every person listening on this, you are more important than your children.
I have a juicy conversation piece once you're done with this. It's about
okay. You are more important than your kids because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of your children?
Yeah. Exactly.
You have to be strong enough to take care of them.
Exactly.
So that's the bottom line. You are more important. There's no you.
Because when you're on the plane, they always say, do the put your seatbelt on
first.
Okay. So someone asked, she said, I may have missed this part, but I recently posted on my work page, couples need to talk about sexually deprived relationships.
Oh,
do you think that contributes to boredom?
Okay, I didn't hear that, KK.
Do you think that when sex is deprived in relationships, does that contribute to boredom?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Because when you are in a marriage, I mean, you're not in a marriage for sex, but of course, sex comes into play. When you have no sexual relationship with your husband, you have nothing to an extent. But like I always say, when you are connected with and to your spouse mentally, I think mental relationship is more sexy and more sexual than anything. Because when you have that mental connection with your husband, the sex is it's given. And to a lot of people, when they talk about sex, it's not about penetration or you're in bed and you're making love to your husband or to your wife. A lot of things can lead to the main act. You can be on the couch with your husband. So if there's no sexual relationship in your relationship or in your marriage, first of all, ask yourself questions. Why? Why not? What's going on? Maybe because you don't shave your legs or you don't shave your armpit. Maybe that's a turn off for him. No, I mean, I talk to a lot of guys. I have 16 brothers, so I know a lot of guys. So you have to find out what turns your husband on. A man has to find out what turns my wife on. I've talked to a couple of Nigerian women. One of them said, abomination, oral sex. Are you kidding? But that's exactly what the husband wants. That's what he wants. So you have to find out if that's what he wants, why don't you want it? Is it gross? What's making you not want it? Then another person told me she likes it, but the husband doesn't want it. Let me tell you what she did. She went outside of her marriage and found a guy who could give it to her exactly how she wanted it. And she stopped complaining to her husband. And I said to her, come on, that's not right. She said, are you kidding me? He doesn't want to give it to me. I've talked to him and I said, did you ask him why not? And I said to her, do you shave? Because if I was a man and I have to go down there and you didn't shave, are you kidding me? I don't care how much love I have for you, I would do it.
As real as can be. Ogo is like,
I would do it. Yeah.
Ogo, what do you have to say?
Come on. Look at our guy's face.
You're blushing.
You guys are smiling me. Oh my God. Okay. Sex is very, very important. Sex
and
the
question came from a clinical psychologist, so she meets with a lot of people, and so she knows what she's talking about.
Who was that question, to be precise? I don't think I got the whole.
No, the question is, do you believe that, and Kem touched on it, that when people do not have intimacy in marriage, i.e. sex, does that contribute to boredom?
Of course. I mean, I think it's a question that kind of answers itself. Sex is very vital in every relationship. Sex is like Kim said, sex is actually much more than a physical connection. For me personally, sex is all mental. If I
That's
am
right.
not in sync with your mind and your, trust me, sex is, for me, it's okay, routine. Let's just do it and get it over and done with. And that is not sex. We know that is just
It's
now
not.
Yeah,
mechanical.
that's like, you know,
But
whatever.
if you are happy, if you are in sync, your minds are kind of resonating, it's in harmony, you're happy, then you have great sex. So I don't even count those kinds of sex that people have with no emotional attachment, with no mind connection, that
Mm-hmm.
is all physical. For me, it doesn't even count as sex. For some people, I guess it counts because once there's penetration, it's sex, right? For some people, but no, sex is so vital. I mean, how can a marriage survive without sex? And I know for the men, it's especially. I've had friends that will withhold sexual relationships with their husbands when they're mad, and I think that's like the worst case scenario. It's not advisable. It's not right. It's not fair. But I think sexes and husband, men and women should be able to freely discuss the topic of sex. What turns you on? What do you want me to do, baby? Where do you want me to touch? I mean, things like that. And I think it comes with trust, though, because trust is that vital ingredient that will make you kind of open up and tell your
That's
husband,
right.
this is what I love. Or they'll make your husband, because some husbands will go like, where did you learn this from? Hey, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, some women will go like, hey, Jesus, where did you learn this from, man? So yeah, trust, and sex is good. Sex is, I don't see any marriage or any relationship, even though some people will tell you there's some that will survive without sex, but I think sex is a vital ingredient, and people should be able to communicate openly about what they want, their desires in bed.
But respect. If you don't have respect for your spouse, if you degrade me, if you are
Exactly.
verbal
How can
abusive,
you have
how
this?
do you expect me
No,
to be
it can't.
sexual with you? That's what
No,
I'm.
it
So because
doesn't work.
when
My
you
thing.
go ahead.
Go ahead, honey. It can't work. Go ahead, honey.
Exactly. So it's a lot of factors are involved. Again, if you don't have any sexual relationship with your husband or with your wife, ask yourself the questions why. Maybe because you're a nag. Maybe because you don't take care of yourself. Maybe because when you guys were married, for a woman, you used to take care of yourself, wear something nice, put on perfume, do your eyebrows. I haven't done my eyebrows in 2 weeks anyway. But you then suddenly you get
Such a
married.
couple.
All those things you put in the trash, and you expect him to find you appealing. And maybe he or she must have said, babe or baby, why don't you go do this? And you complain, I just got up from work. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, the children. You're giving excuses. By the time that man or that woman complains about that too many times, what do you think he's going to do or she's going to do?
You
But
know,
again, when you put down a person, say a woman, you tell the woman, look at you. You're fat. You don't take care of yourself. You're not sexy anymore. Instead of telling her that, instead of putting her down, you go register her, maybe or get her what do you call that, personal trainer, or go to the gym with her, or take walks with her. Find something to do to empower her, for her to at least to start feeling
sexy.
sexy. So, but when you put
But,
someone
but,
down,
Kim, empowering her isn't going to make her empowered. She needs to empower herself so
herself,
that
I know.
independent of the husband, and yes, empowered. It's a problem. You know, we have to have this conversation another time on this topic of
Honestly,
self-love
I
and
didn't think it was gonna get
self-empowerment.
this exciting. There's so many questions that were coming in, and I guess we'll have a part two and a part
Yes.
three. So we'll, check with everyone's schedule and pick the best time, and just kind of,
I'm coming.
I'll do tests. I'm gonna test everybody that's sending me inboxes and messages and everything. I'm gonna like test them one at a time, make sure everything works, and I'll just do test hangouts to make sure that they can. And I think also there might be a time limit in the beginning. I think because I said it 30 minutes, I think that might also be one of the problems, because it's not a one-day conversation. You know, we'll probably bring in a few experts to shed some light on, you know, the dynamics. And I think like one of the comments that Nkem made about are people not really doing counseling and therapy, you know, and mental health. And I'll go also touch on emotional health, like not being strong enough to you know, make the right decisions when you're in an abusive relation. I mean, there's so many different ways this can go. And then hopefully calling on some couples that have got it right. Perhaps they can tell us a little bit more about their journey, or perhaps they just got it right from the get-go. But I mean, I had no idea that the conversation was going to get, you know, this interesting. We have had some technical problems in the beginning, but first time, and hopefully the next time it'll be better. I'm just excited that we're having these conversations. So final word, Ogo, before we wrap.
Final word, don't get bored. You have no reason to be bored if you're pursuing your dreams and your goals and your aspiration, and your goal or your aspiration isn't a joint goal and aspiration. It's not a joint marital goal. It's your own separate individual destiny. Once you get that one right, boredom jumps out of the window.
Yes, yes, you're right.
True.
And then what about you, Kim?
Well, I would say you have to remember that there is no you. Okay, no. Your life is incomplete without you in it.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace yourself. Be the best you can be. Think positive. Positive. When you think negative, you are actually, it's like you are inviting diseases into your body, starting with your mind.
Yeah.
So think positive, feel positive, act positive. Maybe just change your name to positive. You know.
So real quick, tell us just like in 30 seconds. Just give us a real quick. Who are you, and you know, that way people watching can kind of connect with you, your name and what you do, real quick.
Was that me?
Oh, starting with Nkem, then I'll.
Okay. All right, my name is Nkem Denchukwu. I write children's books. I'm an independent filmmaker here in Houston, Texas. I just love being positive and being myself.
And she has a wealth of knowledge, and we'll definitely have more of these, and hopefully many more people will be hanging out with us in these fun conversations. And Ogo, give us a little snippet of who you are. I mean, you're married, you have 4 kids, and you run a conglomerate. Please tell us who you are.
Yeah, you're supersizing me. You're supersizing me. Okay. My name is Olga Winnie Okoye. My full-time job is an attorney. I do criminal defense work and immigration law. Those are my 2 areas of specialty. And then I also have published 2 books and co-published the 3rd one with Queen K. We wrote one together. I'm also an inspirational, motivational speaker / writer. And I love people, and I love life, and I love everything positive and fabulous.
I love it. And to piggyback on what Nkem said, you guys would not even be on this call if you weren't oozing positivity and just inspiring everybody in your circle and extended circles. So, you know, hopefully we'll have more of these conversations and we'll get more of our friends involved. I'm super excited because there's so many areas that are untouched, especially from our cultural. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of African-American sisters who have some of their own cultural things. And also there's also a bridge that I'm trying to build between us as well, and just a whole nice ribbon of sisterhood. So I know I have this great ideals, but I know it's possible, and I know that, you know, in our own little way, one at a time, we can make a difference with each other and around us. So, and thank you so much for all the people who tried to come in. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We'll do it next time. We'll do it better. I'll practice each and every single, I don't know how many, but I'll do my best. And then we'll make sure that you have enough notice, and it's not on a night that there's a ball game. I'm gonna watch the fourth quarter when I get up. But it will be fun, and I went away with a lot. Trust me, I picked up some good things from Kim, and I also picked up some great things from Ogo, and of course all the other people. I just could not. I wanted some of these people to speak live. They wanted to talk live. I mean, I know how much more exciting it would be to have all these heads on the screen. But anyway, it was exciting, and I think we'll have a married women board too, and then we'll talk about what is it about the men
that makes them bored.
Exactly, because we know they have like
because the men are bored, and so they are bored too.
All right, thank you so much, ladies. You have a great evening.
Bye. Bye.
If I'm able to, I'll send the link to you guys so you can watch it over and see
really?
How we fumbled.
Good night, guys. Good night.
I don't want to see myself.
I know,
all right.
But you know what? We're learning. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
All right, bye. Bye. Talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.